Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, back for my post-market wrap-up. Was this a lovely day? I think it was a lovely day, and it's also a laughable day. I want to cover a lot of that. Tuesday, October 16th, 2018. So look, again, let's start off here with the basics. Big rally on Wall Street today. The closing bell went off less than a minute ago. There's a whole slew of earnings scheduled to be coming out here. I swear to you, I don't even care what they are, and it doesn't matter. I want to speak to you about that as well. But the story is pretty simple, and it's pretty straightforward. If you were watching either CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, the narrative today is stocks put on this pretty monstrous rally because of earnings, because they're coming in so good. This is a complete falsehood. Earnings do not matter in this environment. Forward guidance does not matter in this environment. PE ratios do not matter in this environment. What you and I are doing in trying to take advantage of this market is understanding that it's all fake, and because of that, we know where the market's going to go. And I outlined this for you yesterday, which is proof that today's rally was not earnings driven. Again, it's these four things that I have covered for you. It's just so simple. All right, I'll cover them again in like a paragraph. Number one, rhetoric against China and these trade wars, radio silence from the Trump administration. They don't want China to rattle the bond market, period. Number two, with regard to geopolitical events, this guy that was accidentally killed in Saudi Arabia, I don't know, was rogue agents, now it's an accident, I don't know, that's in the back burner. Bond markets is stabilizing, and the dollar isn't doing anything. We finished at the flat line with regard to the dollar today. Again, with easy money pouring into this market, rates being suppressed, stocks have nowhere else to go but higher. I've been covering this, for almost time immemorial, it seems like to me. It's just insane. It's not going to stop. How many times have I said that? There's nowhere else to go. And because of that, stocks will continue to move up. Are we going to get gyrations like this? Absolutely. Last week's sell-off was a fluke because President Trump decided to, shoot off his mouth and rattle the confidence in the market. That's the only thing driving it. The market, again, doesn't care about earnings, I swear to you. Doesn't matter in this environment. Nothing matters except easy money. That's it. Knowing that, that's our strength. And that's what we are capitalizing on. It's that simple. And we can expect more of this here. As long as, again, those things I outlined for you at the beginning of this video and have been talking about over and over again remain stable. If the market believes everything is okay, it's going to go up until we hit the wall. And again, don't be looking at the stock market. You should be looking at the bond. You knew already, just by taking just a slight glance over at the bond market when it started to stabilize, where stocks were going to go. It's that simple. It's out of control, people. Just understand that. And I know a lot of you can't believe. As a matter of fact, I heard from a lot of friends of mine today that unfortunately we're short this market despite me telling them not to do that. All of you understand that. I told you I will not short this market. If it wants to sell off, I will wait for it to turn around. A couple of close friends of mine unfortunately got hurt today in this market. I'm not laughing at them. If you're watching this video, I'm just kind of laughing at the rigging of the market. So my advice again here is do not short this market as bad as you want to. I know you want to, but don't. It's not real. Period. Now, I want to cover a couple of other things here just real quick, because there's a lot of talk out here. And before I even say a word about this, because I got slammed when I just mentioned the word cannabis. Look, I don't care what an adult does that is educated, understands what they're getting into in anything at all. My comments the other day, which I covered again in my live segment that I did yesterday, is how, look, the big pharma, healthcare, the banks, anything connected to this, tobacco companies, they are drooling over the prospect that marijuana, cannabis is going to be brought mainstream. That was my entire goal, was to try to explain to people that, look, I don't care what you do. I'm just trying to show you where cash is going to be made in this market. These banks that are going to be, they're going to be looking for more corporations to make public. When these IPOs come out, banks make ridiculous amounts of cash here. And that leads me to something else here that, and it has nothing to do actually with cannabis, but something I need to educate myself on a little bit, and I actually made a post of this earlier. So we found out that, all this talk here with regard to, cannabis coming mainstream, they're already talking about genetically modifying it. Now, personally, this is something I don't have a lot of knowledge in. Genetically modified foods, plants, organisms, whatever. And someone had said to me, Greg, it's kind of hard to tool with Mother Nature. What are we playing, Dr. Frankenstein? And I don't know what the long-term risks to genetically modified food is, plants or anything like that. I am going to educate myself on that, but I thought maybe some of you out here wanted to start up a conversation, because this is what's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. Some people believe that it's completely safe. A lot of people think that this is like a curse upon the earth, and for all I know, it may very well be. I don't know. But we can expect this to happen. And you can expect, honestly, windfall profits from big pharma, from tobacco companies, from beverage companies. However this thing is going to be, cannabis, for example, is going to be marketed to people out there. And I'm not saying that people should get involved in investing in any of this stuff. Look, you have to kind of, when you're even trading this market that's completely fake, I like to invest in companies that I think at least are offering something that I believe in to the public. Now, I'm not saying that I don't believe, again, because I know I'm going to get crucified on this. I will admit right here, so please don't beat me up on this, that cannabis has positive qualities. There's a lot of things that we can do with this stuff here, but every single thing, everything, has a negative side. And I covered some of this during my live video. Even to vitamins, fat-soluble ones, which I again covered in that video, vitamins A, D, E, and K, your body stores these things. If you take in too much of it, it becomes toxic. Even drinking too much water can cause a medical condition called hyponatremia. All of you know I practiced medicine for 20 years. I am retired from medicine, but I still remember things, believe it or not. I am definitely not up on any of the new medications or anything like that, but I still retain something. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out here with regard to genetically modified things. So we can expect, I think, more of this to come online here. And it kind of drives you nuts how you hear about, before this even takes off, there's already, all this talk about genetically modifying it. Well, why do we have to do that? Maybe there's something good that'll come out of it. Maybe there's something bad that'll come out of it. Like I said, I'm going to educate myself on that, and please feel free to educate me. Post here. In fact, let's do that. Why in your view, do you believe that genetically modifying something, whether it's food or a plant or whatever, is bad? Is there anything good that could come out of it? Is it a good thing? Is this something we should adopt? Like I said, I don't know. But going back to this market real quick, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I think this stuff is important. This is what we can expect, people. Watch that bond market. Like I've been telling you since time immemorial. If it stays where it is, stocks are going to go up. Not saying we're not going to bounce around a little bit after a day like today. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I have no idea. It's the truth. Dollar, they're going to make sure it stays weak. And earnings don't matter. Forward guidance don't matter. PE ratios don't matter. As long as the Fed is keeping their foot to the floor, and that's what they're doing. That's what our president wants them to do. He doesn't want them to raise rates. You know how I feel about that. I believe rates need to normalize to preserve your purchasing power in your dollar and the dollars you might hold, so you can earn an actual return on your savings accounts if you have an interest-earning account. But no, you're not being allowed to do that in this environment, and I think it's a crime in progress. I really do. All right, with that said, I'm going to let you all go. You're awesome. See you in the morning.